Every day, professionals and ordinary people like this go through the grind to put food on the table, to pay the school fees, to pay the house rent, and much else. In the end, it all boils down to a continual decline in the quality of life. Some, like you, may not be struggling, but you have big dreams you want to realize. Everyone, without exception, desires the good life. Now, what if I can show you a way to improve things, to upscale your life, an opportunity to redesign your lifestyle, earn a lot of extra income, live well, and help others? Fast Track Business Club introduces one sure route to wealth creation, a 4-year business plan that enables you to build a fortune. You will begin to see results, however, within months. So listen carefully to this presentation.
Hello, I'm Dr. Ben Oekena. I'm here to show you an opportunity that is truly life transforming, the way you can increase your cash flow and protect your health, such that you can create a balance between work and life. For most people, if they are not at the places of business or work today, they don't earn the kind of income they desire. This opportunity is truly life-changing. It has worked for me and it's working for so many others. You just have to take a look at it. I don't know what you've been doing. I don't know what your concerns are. Have you lost your job or you're looking for one? Are your salaries steady? Do you work in an environment you are loved? Is retirement a threat? If you suffer sudden injury, what will happen to you? Do you have a plan B source of income? That is the question. This business opportunity can help you earn incomes that can gradually grow to a level that it can match your current income and even beyond. If you're committed, it will start paying you residual income even in your active working or business life. Even such that when you are retired, you can keep earning residual income. Now, the thing is this, there are so many things on the table for grabs. I'll start with this. In the short term, you can begin to earn up to $500 monthly within your first 3 to 4 months. If you're committed, it can grow to over $1,000 in 8 months. With further commitment, the income can keep coming in, and your monthly income can also grow up to $5,000. There are other things that it comes with. Now you can also earn a vacation that all your expenses will be paid for. And within 1 year, you can earn a brand new car. And you can also earn a financial gift from our partners. Now your cash flow can increase so much so that you can begin to hit financial freedom. And in the long term, let's say about 10 years, with commitment and consistency, you can have a robust cash flow, very rich residual income, and you can have a B quadrant business. I'll explain that later. But let's start with this. What are your dreams? What have you been dreaming of? A healthy life, happy family, great, adventures, own your own house, just whatever you're looking for. Are you looking forward to a good retirement? This business opportunity can help you achieve all this. But quickly, let's start with this. What is your current source of livelihood? Whatever brings cash to you today is what I will describe as your plan A. What I'm offering you is a plan B. Now, the beauty of my plan B is that it can run with your plan A, both of them running concurrently. It will not interfere with your current source of livelihood. Just think about that. Meaning you can eat your cake and have it. Now, for us to explain the plan B, or for me to explain the plan B, I want us to look at the typical plan A, the typical or general way people earn incomes today. Now, we're going to do this using the work of a very important author, or very prolific author. His name is Robert Kiyosaki. Robert Kiyosaki is the writer of the classic Rich Dad Poor Dad, arguably one of the best books written in personal finance development. He also wrote another book entitled The Cash Flow Quadrant. The cash flow quadrant is for people who want to move from one quadrant to another quadrant. We have 4 quadrants. which shows how cash flows to us. If you're in the E quadrant, you're an employee. And if you're in the S quadrant, you're a self-employed person, or what Robert describes as solo. Then the B quadrant is for big business owners, and the I quadrant for investors, big investors. If you're in the E quadrant as an employee, you earn active income, meaning if you don't show up at work, you don't get paid. And if you're in the S quadrant, it means you run a small business. Robert puts the limit at less than 500 workers. Now, these two quadrants are similar in the sense that individuals in these quadrants have to be at their places of work or business to earn an income. So they must be actively working. If they are not actively working, they don't earn an income. That means they can't go on a vacation. That means they don't control their time. But if you're in the B and the I quadrants, a B quadrant individual is someone who has over 500 workers. Then the I quadrant individual is one who has investments, who makes the bulk of his income from investments. Looking at the B and the I quadrant, these individuals earn passive income, meaning they don't necessarily have to be at their place of work to earn an income. They can be away for 1 year, they live on their own terms. And truly, they are the richest or wealthiest people in the world or in any society. So which quadrant do you belong? How do you earn your income? Do you earn your income only actively and no passive means of earning your income? If you truly want to live or be financially stable, it is important you start earning passive income like those in the B and the I quadrants. And this business is one that can help you make a shift from the left side to the right side. Now, if we look at these quadrants individually, let's assume you're an employee. You are in the E quadrant. You have to wake up in the morning, you pick your bag and baggage, and you headed for work. Typically, most people in the E quadrant work 9 to 5. They don't control their lives, or they don't even control their time. As they rush to work daily, the problem here is that they earn incomes that may not even take them home. What about the person in the S quadrant, the individual in the S quadrant? What's the problem here? Most of them are truly stressed up. Why? Especially when they start their business, they typically do or take up the responsibilities of virtually everybody in the organization. They are usually the receptionist, the maintenance officer, the marketer, the accountant, the MD, and even the chief security officer. Now, the problem here is this: once a person is running his or her own small business, all his clients want his attention. And the thing is this: he's not able to, even if he's satisfying them, he will be doing this at the expense of his health. And so the problem here is this: the small business owner has no system. He's the system. If he's able to train some people to assist him do the work, he ends up training his own competition. So what's the way out? Now, the thing is this: we are not asking you to quit your job or small business. What we are saying is this: as you're on that job or small business, you can also start a new stream of income, which is the opportunity I'm offering you today. Robert Kiyosaki reminds us again. He says, the richest people in the world look for and build networks, but everyone else looks for a job. And what is this opportunity? What is the way out? The business model I'm offering you is hinged on what we call social network. We all have social network. What is the meaning of social network? All the people we know. All the people we know. You and I know people. From our friends, to our relations, to neighbors, to colleagues, club members, members of our religious organizations, the alumni you belong to, the specialists who attend to you, such as your barber, your stylist, your mechanic, your doctor. All these people are in your social network. research was carried out some time ago. And the outcome of that research is this: that the best way to make passive income is to leverage social network. But do we typically do this? No, we don't leverage our social network. How does this work? Networking is a referral system. You earn from a company by referring your friends and relations to it. You also earn as your referrals refer others. Assuming you buy products from a particular company and the products are great, you've used them or you're using them, and you refer your friend Tony to that company. When Tony buys products from the company, you're paid a commission the following month. Tony's excited using the products, and you are also excited because you got a commission. And if Tony refers his own friend, say Usman buys products from the company and Tony gets a commission. And then you are also paid a commission, though smaller than what Tony was paid. But you were not present at the point of that transaction, but you earn an income. And looking at this, you've earned a steady stream of income that you have not worked for. Now, if Usman referred his own friend, let's call him Chooks, who gets a commission? Usman gets a commission. And then Tony, your friend, is paid a commission. And then you even get a commission. Now, looking at this, you've been paid 3 times, but you referred just one person. You can extend this further by referring another friend. Maybe your neighbor, and let's call her BC. You referred BC. BC bought the same products or similar products from the same company. And while she's enjoying her products, you got a commission the following month. Then BC referred her staff, Tonia. Tonia bought products also, and she's enjoying her products, and BC got a commission. And you too were paid a commission from BC's efforts, which is passive income. And Tonia referred a client of ours. That client also bought the products. And they are enjoying their products. Why BC got a commission, Tonia got a commission, and you also got a commission. Now looking at this, you've only referred 2 people, but you've been paid 6 times. So just 2 payments came from your direct effort, while the 4 other payments are passive, truly passive. And this can extend on and on and on and on. Now the beauty of it here, of this is this. If you look at what I explained initially, I said big business owners and big investors do not necessarily have to be at their places of business, or their physical presence is not important at the place of business to earn an income. And so you too earn an income without being at the points of these transactions. Apart from that, you are also leveraging the efforts of these people to earn incomes, just as true big business owners and big investors earn incomes without their physical presence at their places of business. And thirdly, there is a system. A system is in operation here. In this whole arrangement, there's a system working without you working it, as it were. It's on autopilot. With this arrangement of people can grow into several levels, and you are paid at different levels. It's amazing. I just explained this to you. Just imagine you networking just one person you know, someone you have a relationship with, each month to the business. And before you know it, and everybody networks just one person, before you know it, you're going to have something magical happening. Assuming this is the month of January, let's take this as an example. You introduce your friend, or you recommend your friend. Your friend buys products from the company. And what happens? You are two in your network, you and your friend. Imagine if you teach your friend how to refer one person the following month, and you refer yours. In February, you're going to be 4 in that network. If your friend teaches the other person and you teach the new person you're bringing in, if that means 4 persons bring in 1 each the following month, And that will give you 8. If the next month 8 persons bring in 1 person each, that's 16. If this happens, just 1 person in the network bringing in 1 person after each month, what do you think the figure will be in 1 year? Can you say it? 4,096. Amazing, isn't it? Check it out. How many people did you bring in? Just about 12 people in 1 year. But how many do you have in your team? In your network, you have over 4,000 people. This is the power of duplication, or the power of networking. The 12 people you brought in are people you have a relationship with, people you know. You didn't have to go to the streets. You weren't talking to anonymous people or people you don't know or strangers. And this is why we call this relationship marketing. Does converting your social network to financial capital, does it really work? Yes, I know you agree with me. Now that works, right? And so we have a number of success stories. Let's translate this now to real life incomes, real life figures. Let me start with a good friend, Ken and Ugoti Okere. Ken works for a federal agency in Nigeria. He started the business. He bought products from a great company and then got his friends to see a presentation as he was using his products. And the company paid him commissions. And what happened? His friends also did the same thing. On, and that continued. If you look at the sample incomes, you can see how his income grew from just about $150 to $200 to $500 to $1,200 to $5,000 to even $10,000. Isn't that amazing? He is still actively working with the organization I told you about. Now it can happen to you. He didn't have to quit his job and is maintaining an additional stream of income. Now from the incomes I'm showing you, you can see that this matches the incomes of average people working in this country and even beyond. In just his first year of the business, he had made over $25,000. Ada Iwuchukwu, a young lady in Abuja also, who started this business while she was an undergraduate at the University of Abuja. Ada is a focused young lady. She started the business, though she didn't start making the kind of amazing incomes Mr. Ken made when he started the business. But check it out. As she was learning the business, she was earning incomes. $80, $60, some months $90. In about a year, her incomes went up to $1,500. From $1,500, over $2,500, to over $5,000, even $10,000 a month. Note this. Ada is in her mid-20s. For most young ladies at that age, they'll still be in the job market, trying to get a job to survive. Ada has taken this responsibility